What's on? Well, good news. At last I seem to have a weather window that corresponds with me actually not having anything on at all during the week. So I've got 3 or 4 days that are nice and clear that I can go off for a sail. So next couple of hours, sitting down with the charts, sitting down with the books to sort of figure out tidal flows, tidal ranges, see if everything will coincide with me disappearing off up the coast and then getting back down again with the winds hopefully being in the right direction, or at least allowing me to work with them rather than work completely against me. So a few hours, sat down at this, hopefully off for a swim early night, and then I can make a start tomorrow. And hopefully this video will be pretty much all sailing, which should be superb and absolutely great. No idea at the moment where I'm going to get to. I'm going to put together several different plans so that obviously if the weather turns, I've got little different escape routes to go to, or I can change my plan, and at least I've got an idea of Harbour Authority telephone numbers and times that I can get in and out of places. So hopefully you'll enjoy. Please keep watching, and I'll show you how it goes. Thank you very much. Classes. And so it starts. So it's 9:30, Saturday the 5th of September. The weather forecast has changed ever so slightly from yesterday. It was supposed to be a nice gentle sort of 3 to 4. It's already a 4, forecast to go to 5. Winds all in the right direction, so it should actually be quite a nice brisk sail up towards Foy, which is where I'm attempting at this point. Thankfully the wind is just perfect for me to pretty much goose wing my way out of Carrot Roads up underneath St Anthony Lighthouse at a nice gentle 5.1 knots of speed at the minute, which is beautiful, especially with it behind me. As I get round St Anthony, I'll be able to bear off to port a little bit. Should have a broad reach pretty much all the way up to Foy, which will be glorious. So currently 15 knots of wind, 6.2 knots of speed, which is still relatively flat, sailing like a dream. Time to heave too, so I can have some lunch and go to the toilet. Beautiful Gorton Haven over on my port, just passing between myself and the Gwynnies. Sheer beauty. That sums up what is beautiful about being on the water. Good morning. Day 2. The phone died last night, so no idea what the time is. So hopefully a little bit of sun today, to be able to use this little solar charger I've got to charge that up. It's looking quite good at the moment. The forecast last night was suggesting rain today and light winds. I'll be able to double check the forecast once my phone kicks in a little bit, but I'll show you Foy first thing in the morning. So, change of plans for day 2. The weather for tomorrow is looking like it's going westerly, which means for me sort of heading back down towards Farmers is going to be right in my face. I was going to sort of head up towards Plymouth Newton Ferrers Way. It's just going to be a beat back tomorrow and absolutely no fun, and I don't particularly want to motor the whole way back. So it's northwesterly today, veering north, so I'm hoping to get around about sort of 15-20 miles of sailing under the belt today. We'll see. That's the idea. So change of plan, like always, have to be done when the weather takes a major part in your planning system. And if you don't listen to what Mother Nature says, we set ourselves up a little bit for a fall, really. So yeah, still sailing. So at the moment, very little wind, only about 7 knots, 6.5 knots of wind. I'm just drifting along out here, which is exceptionally pleasant, I have to say. But I'm looking behind me and seeing that I've got that to come. So I imagine the wind will start to pick up as that cloud cover comes over. Might make some sailing a little bit more interesting. And by interesting, I mean like I've got to do some work rather than just sit here and enjoy it. That's more like it. 12 knots of wind, 5.3 knots over the ground. Handsome. Who cares that it's raining? So, it's raining, it's blowing 16 knots of wind, I'm doing 6.4 knots, and excuse the language, but I'm having a feckin' awesome time. This is what life was designed for. Handsome. So day 3 has brought an unexpected difference to the plans for the day. Obviously I was going to go out sailing out in the bay and then come back here tonight and meet Dad and Jeff as they're both as they're sailing up. But instead, after starting the engine, just checking that she went forward, checking that she went astern, went up, I then cast off, came back to the cockpit, engaged the engine. She engages forward, she engages astern, but I got no revs, so I suddenly found myself drifting and not doing an awful lot. So I managed to get back onto another mooring, a little bit scrappy and probably didn't look particularly good, but I got myself back onto a mooring, and I'm now just waiting a marine engineer who's coming out. I've got a problem with the cable, so he's going to fix it. I'm going to have a watch, see how he fixes it, so that if it happens again, I hopefully have a slightly better idea. I might be able to do something myself, because I might not always be in a port to be able to do it, but we'll see. So while I'm waiting, it's gone a bit grayer, a little bit cold actually, just while I'm waiting for the marine engineer. What I can do is, I noticed yesterday that my ensign is looking like it's on its last legs from all the twine that sort of holds it on. Probably not going to take a lot with a bit of a breeze for that to actually snap and go, in which case, there we go, I'm going to lose my ensign at some point, so I shall sew a new bit on, so that's in good condition. At least something to do anyway.
See you, Simon.
Thank you very much. See you later. Day 3 of sailing, day 4 of being away. Very light winds, westerly, so it's not going to be fun to go back to Falmouth. It's going to be sort of head in the whole time, so I'm going to take advantage of having no agenda. Just going to come out and sail today, chill around. It's wind's changing direction a little bit tomorrow, so I'll go out and I'll just enjoy. I'll have the sail back to Falmouth tomorrow and just take advantage of sailing and enjoying. I think Dad. Beautiful sound. Kettle boiling, sausages sizzling. Well, it's 8:30 in the morning, just leaving Foy. Heading back to Falmouth this morning, or today. The weather forecast is west, northwesterly, 3 to 5, veering north a little bit later on, which will give me, in an ideal world, well, almost perfect winds for having a good old sail back to Falmouth. The interesting bit is going to be that the visibility is classed as moderate to occasionally very poor with fog patches, so it'll be fun to have a little bit of sailing with that. So a little bit more geared up today rather than shorts and t-shirts, just in case. So I'm just coming to the end of the trip. Good few days away. Today's been very gentle sailing. 6-hour passage plan. About 25 minutes, my 6 hours will be there. Falmouth is just down off the starboard now, about 2 miles away by the time I get into the sort of the port. So I'll be a little bit over on time. Not too worried. I'm not going to put that down to light winds, bad sailing. I'm going to put it down to I've just been having a grand old time out here. Sailing wise, it's gone from anything from 2 knots to around about 5.5 knots at best. It has just been great. So good few days away. Done just over 80 nautical miles of solo sailing, which is good to have under my belt. Today didn't get quite as bad visibility as we were thinking, although it was still damp, hence the waterproof. All in all, a good few days. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, stay safe and happy sailing.